Hi, this is Tara Catojo, and I was assigned the National Gallery in London. I've made some slides to give a brief overview of the museum before we check out the website. So, the National Gallery contains over 2,300 paintings, ranging from altarpieces to the Impressionists. According to the website, the National Gallery houses one of the greatest collections of paintings in the world. This is definitely a museum of old masters. All the major traditions of Western European painting are represented, from the artists of late medieval and Renaissance Italy to the French Impressionists. All of this information can be found on the museum's website, nationalgallery.org.uk. Initially, the gallery had no formal collection policy, and new pictures were acquired according to the personal tastes of the trustees. By the 1850s, the trustees were being criticized for neglecting to purchase works of the earlier Italian schools. In 1855, the new director, Sir Charles Eastlake, traveled throughout Europe to purchase works for the gallery, ensuring that the gallery's collection of Italian painting was expanded and widened in scope to become one of the best in the world. Later, the gallery space itself was expanded and thousands more artworks were acquired and displayed. This museum is very accessible. The museum is free to the public, although some exhibits do require purchase tickets. The museum is open 361 days a year, and it's also open late on Fridays. The museum offers British Sign Language interpretive events for deaf visitors and verbal description sessions on the paintings for the blind and partially sighted visitors. The museum also provides visitor information in 8 different languages aside from English. Although this is a museum of old masters, this is also a very progressive museum. Throughout this class, we've discussed many ways that museums could make themselves more inviting to the public and more engaged in the community, and this museum has done a great job in doing so. The museum offers free talks on artists and paintings. They offer free creative sessions for adults led by artists, poets, and National Gallery lecturers. They offer daily guided tours so that visitors do not feel alienated. They offer many free craft sessions and free events for families with children every Sunday and during the holidays. They also offer free music at the gallery with a range of free performances. They provide audio tours and printed trails for children visiting the museum. And sketching inside the museum is promoted and encouraged. Now I'm going to take you through certain parts of the museum. This is the museum's homepage. As you can see, Vincent van Gogh's sunflowers are on the front page. This was an interesting museum to research because I recognize many of the paintings that are held here. I'm going to click on Plan Your Visit, and I'm actually going to start with the Paintings tab. Under Explore the Paintings, there's an artist A to Z list of paintings by each artist in the collection. This directory might be useful to find specific paintings to show our students in the classroom. The museum also provides a picture of the month. These monthly pictures might be fun for a discussion in the classroom as well. Now I'm going to click on the Learn About Art tab and explore the channel. This page offers educational videos produced by the museum. Many of these videos would be great to watch following a critique in the classroom. I did watch many of the videos and they would be great for any age group, and I will show a short clip of one of the videos in just a couple minutes. Under the Lives of Artists tab, We can learn about the lives of many famous artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Rembrandt. The museum also offers in-depth information on specific paintings, such as Van Gogh's Sunflowers. And they offer a lengthy guide to Impressionism. This would be a great resource for any classroom. As you can see, there are 5 more pages on Impressionism. I was excited to find a tab that says Explore Leonardo da Vinci. My 5th grade students already study Da Vinci in their science curriculum, so I think they would find this page very interesting. Here we find a biography, links to his masterpieces, and a video describing the Da Vinci exhibit at the National Gallery. I would show this video to my students as an introduction to our portraiture lesson. I'm going to play a short piece of the video for you now.
It's the end of a journey that started with conversations 5 years ago. It's been a long process, and a process, I suppose, of learning all the way through.
For us, over the last 3 months, living with these works together in one space, we have learned a great deal. There's a magic that all of a sudden happens when works start talking to each other. One of the highlights of the exhibition was the juxtaposition of the 2 versions of the Virgin of the Rocks, and we're very fortunate because until a few months before the exhibition we didn't know that we would have the Louvre Virgin here in London.
It's really hard to convey how special the moment was when we had the 2 pictures in the gallery space. As far as we can surmise, we had an opportunity to see these 2 pictures together that even Leonardo didn't have. It was interesting to see the similarities and the differences. That's the kind of core of it, because you see most of a painterly career in terms of evolution of how you apply paint, how you think about color, how you handle light. But here you have that within a composition that's relatively identical.
As you are able to look underneath paint layers and things, obviously there are new things to discover, and so much has come out in the course of doing this exhibition.
Before this exhibition and before these studies were undertaken, quite little was known about the actual way in which Leonardo painted, and now we know a great deal more. We know that there were 2 phases of drawing on this picture. In fact, it went through a radical transformation from an earlier design to the design that you now see. And we also know a great deal about the materials, for example, the pigments he used. So we can provide a very complete description of how this work of art was created.
And I think we have also learned a great deal about how he was working with his workshop, how he collaborated with his students.
As you can see, this video provides valuable information for students about the work of Leonardo da Vinci. I would use this video and many of the others in my own classroom. The museum curators and scientists do a great job of describing the artwork, and the videos are very well made. There are many more valuable resources for teachers underneath the Learning tab and under Teachers and Schools. Here we find information about field trips and professional development opportunities for those who live in London. For teachers in the US, the Teacher's Notes section is extremely useful. Here the museum provides us with downloadable notes on specific artworks for both secondary and primary education. A packet of information is provided for each painting. This includes an introduction to the painting, information about the painting and the artist, and activity ideas for the classroom. Although this packet is listed as a primary packet, I'm sure it would be useful for secondary classes as well. And the last tab under the Learning section is the Children's Gallery. This is where the museum posts pictures of children's artwork that was inspired by artworks in the museum.